Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we're going to be attacking the Plague Creeper with my final attack of the day. And I want to try out a fun comp with EIRONN in the Graveborn team. Because this is a comp which is not only just fun but has been getting pretty good results for people. I don't think it's going to beat, for example, REINIER in the team, but if for some reason someone doesn't have REINIER at Mythic Plus and they have EIRONN up to Mythic Plus or well built up, then you could try this team. So as of right now, this was the previous team we tested. It did not do as well as when we had Thorn in front of Carolina or even Ludovic in front of Carolina. Those are considered the best Graveborn team options if you're going to be going for the full Graveborn team without Talene. The Talene team I'll show you at the end of this video, but that is overall considered the top performing team in the game right now against Plague Creeper. But today's video is going to be about trying getting rid of REINIER and getting rid of Cecia. EIRONN is now going to be the sacrifice, and we need to have one more Graveborn hero. It can either be Nero or it can be Ludovic, whichever one you have higher ascended. Put them in front of Lily May. They both give the same magic charm bonus, which will be giving an attack buff to the ally one tile behind them, and here it will be on the Lily May. So overall, this is the team. It is going to be dependent on RNG, like basically can EIRONN time his ultimates at the perfect time when the Plague Rots spawn, so that you can immediately like shred them with Carolina's snowballs, which go off onto controlled enemies. So we're going to try this team. This is my final attack of today, Resonating Spell. Because yes, Tidecall spell can work with the Graveborn team, but because you're not going to be casting as many ultimates as compared to the Lightbearer team, I think the Resonating Spell might be a little bit better, but it's really close. Okay, so EIRONN casts his ultimate right here. Not hitting too many Plague Rots, but let's see how the fight plays out. And Ludovic is not needed for the healing here. He's basically only here for his magic charm bonus and also a little bit of extra damage, but we'll look at the damage chart at the end of the match and it won't be that much. But one interesting thing is that he stuns the enemies with his, if you have his Supreme Plus, the first time they enter the Everbloom fields, and that can increase Carolina's damage slightly because she will get off the snowballs onto controlled enemies, and that's why EIRONN also works out pretty well in this team. And he's a good sacrifice for our comp because the rearmost hero other than the heroes on buff tiles will be the sacrifice. So I'm pretty sure that is EIRONN here, and that means that Carolina and Lily May will be gaining a percentage of EIRONN stats. So 35 seconds left, up to 8 billion damage. We really need to ramp it up here. I really want to see this team hit 12 billion damage. But if it doesn't, it does show you that basically REINIER at Mythic Plus is just going to be a better option for this team, which is what I suspect. But even if we could get 12 billion, that would be pretty amazing. Let's see. I think we'll have one final burst of the boss into his Plague Rots, and then we'll have to rapidly try to defeat them. And it isn't actually a glitch. I don't understand exactly why it is the case, but when your damage score, as you see from the score meter, is going to be different compared to your leaderboard final score that is calculated. And for the Graveborn team, it's going to be a little bit lower than whatever score meter we get here. Okay, so not great because right at the end we weren't able to kill the Plague Rots fast enough, and our troll score, okay, it's pretty similar to the score meter. Almost 12 billion damage with this team, and I'll take that. This is not as good as REINIER, because with REINIER at Mythic Plus without Ludovic, when we were running Cecia and Thorin, we got 12.5 billion damage with the same resonating level on our heroes earlier today. This team got a little bit less than that, but it uses EIRONN if you don't have Thorin at Mythic Plus, so it can be a good option depending on what you have. As you can tell, Ludovic's damage is hardly anything. You can replace him with Nero, or you can run like even a lower ascension Ludovic. I think the only actual advantage he has is his Supreme Plus ability that will stun the opponents, the enemies, and then that is going to increase Carolina's damage from her Snowball Witchery. Automatically attack enemies under control effects. So overall, over 6 billion damage from Lily May, over 4.5 billion damage from Carolina. Those are the two hard-hitting carries. You can use this team if you don't have REINIER at Mythic Plus, but if you have REINIER, he's going to be a better option for this team. But maybe with RNG, it's potential, like this team has potential to do better than the REINIER team. But from what I've seen from other people testing and how we just tested right now, it looks like the REINIER team is more consistently outperforming it. Okay, now briefly I'm going to go over the faction talent tree. If you want to run this, you're going to need to have 2 buff tiles, which means that you'll want at least 17 faction talents minimum into the Graveborn tree. And I also recommend picking up this skill upgrade on the right side. You don't have to pick this up in order to get to the extra buff tile. You can only upgrade the left side of the tree, but this one is going to give 1% extra stats of the sacrifice to the prime carriers, which is, it probably doesn't make any difference at all, but every little bit might count, and so that is the thing. And if you want to go for only a 1 buff tile comp for Graveborn faction, you don't want to invest too heavily, you can just upgrade up to this new skill effect and have everything in the tree upgraded, maybe even this attack buff. And then you can stop just with like 10 faction talents or even 9. The key one you need to upgrade is this new skill effect. And then probably you'll only have 1 buff tile. So probably best to put Lily May on that buff tile and then Carolina as your sacrifice. And then in which case the sacrifice will be the rearmost hero. So it won't be the hero like, for example, where EIRONN was slotted in this team. It would be where Lily May was slotted into this team. Like the most towards your side. Yeah. Hopefully that made sense. Okay, now I'm going to show you the overall top performing team, which we showed in a video earlier today. It is using Graveborn with the 2 faction talents, with Taylene and Lily May as the 2 prime carriers and Carolina as the sacrifice. No even REINIER in this team, instead Ludovic, and Ludovic is pretty important for this team because he heals up the Taylene and keeps her sustained so she can continuously cast her ultimate. And Thorin is a good option because he soul packs the Taylene to protect her so that she doesn't lose as much health. And when we were watching this replay, I'll just play it in 2x speed. When we were watching this replay, I thought that Taylene didn't have any real difficulty surviving, so maybe you could replace Thorin, for example, for Nero in front of the Taylene. But someone did try that with similar ascension levels of this team, and it didn't do better. It got a lower score. And also, even with this team and Thorin soul packed in the Taylene, there are instances where Taylene just gets killed, and that is going to reduce your score by quite a lot, because then she takes time to revive and cast her ultimate again. Right now she keeps getting interrupted, but that's because the Plague Rots, when you defeat them at one of their skills, it causes an explosion and stun effect. And so I think that stun, like right here, Taylene almost died, right? And if Taylene were to die, it would reduce your damage a bit, and especially if she dies multiple times. So that's why I think the Thorin Soul Pact might be an important option in this team. And this team overall got over 14 billion damage, which is insane. This is the highest score we've seen up until today, and even as of right now, it is still the top score and most likely top performing team for the future of Plague Creeper. But anyway guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It's cool that EIRONN can kind of work in the team, getting almost 12 billion damage at 571 resonating level, but REINIER at Mythic Plus is definitely, in my opinion, probably better, but like you could try this if you don't have REINIER at Mythic Plus for some reason. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you guys in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.